Okay, I got a lot to talk about this morning. One of the things I want to talk about is the US dollar index. Now, the Fed, they really want to raise interest rates twice more this year. One in September and one later before the end of the year. Now, the thing is I noticed that they want to do this so bad that they've given the banks, over 30 major banks in the United States, they've given them permission to do bank buybacks. Now, this is big. This shows me the intent of the Fed that they want to push this capital or this liquidity into the system to help support their ability to be able to raise interest rates. They don't want the market to decline too fast, and so that they can still have the impetus that they need to raise these interest rates. It's all about raising interest rates. And so it shows me intent that they intend on raising the interest rates twice. Now, the dollar has fell back from a 103 all the way down to 95. I'll tell you what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a bit of a turnaround in the dollar, and I'm expecting a better second quarter for the dollar. For people that do invest in the short term, now this is just in the next 3 months or so, I'm thinking the dollar is going to do rather well because of the interest rate hikes that are up and coming, and also the fact that it's fell off so precipitously in the past quarter. And a tendency is for things that go down too fast generally tend to come back up, and things that go up too fast generally tend to come back down. Now, in that, keeping that line of thought and that line of reasoning, let's take a look at cryptocurrencies. They went up awful fast, and I don't think they're in a bubble. No, not in a bubble. They're not in a bubble, but that being said, they've heated up so fast that they could cool down some. That's a very distinct possibility that they could cool down some for a while. Eventually, they're going to win because they're an innovative new technology, a new invention that is just too good. You have to understand something. When they first came out with the light bulb years ago, the whole country had lamps that ran off of oil. And they used to actually, instead of wiring light bulbs into a person's house, they used to put in the gas to run the lamps. Gas pipes they used to put in, and then people would light the lamps, and people loved it. It actually worked rather well. You know, they'd turn the gas on and light the lamps at night. You know, and this was the old-fashioned way of doing things. Now, when they first started putting electric light bulbs in, a lot of people didn't like it. And it took a long time for it to actually come in and be implemented. And a lot of people thought, oh, that'll never work. Nobody will ever have light bulbs in their house. Not when you can have a nice lamp, you know. And seriously, I think it was like 20 years after the invention of the light bulb, they were still putting the piping systems in brand new homes in New England for gas lamps, right? So when you got a system that's already in place, like Visa or MasterCard or your debit card system that's already in place, that's hooked up to your banking system, this is like the old lamps. Now the new technology's coming in, and it's like the electric light bulb. It's that much better. But it hasn't fully been implemented, and it hasn't even a quarter even started to be implemented yet. It's just on the verge of being started to be implemented. So we're almost in the stage like the first people who had, it was a novelty. They had light bulbs put in their house, you know, and electricity run to their house. And everybody else thought, oh, that won't work, you know, but they were the first innovative people to have it. These are the people now who are starting to use cryptocurrencies. And the trouble they're finding is everywhere they go, nobody takes the stuff because they're all still on the old system. But you know what's going to happen in the end. What's going to happen is 20 years from now, nobody's going to take the old stuff anymore. You're going to have crypto Otherwise, you're not going to be able to buy anything, because you'll go into a store and you'll say, "Do you take MasterCard?" And they'll say, "Oh, that went out 10 years ago." They'll say, "Where have you been? Living under a rock?" They'll say, "Get out your Dash wallet, you know, and get out your Evolution wallet." They'll say, "Haven't you got an Evolution wallet yet?" They'll say, you know. And people say, "What's an these old guys, will still be on the still be running on the old Visa. He'll still haul out his Visa card." "Oh, no, we don't take that anymore. We don't take Visa anymore. We quit taking that 10 years ago. Where's your Evolution wallet?" This is the way we're heading, and this new technology takes time to be implemented. Kudos to Dash, because they are the first ones out there who are leading the way and integrating this technology so that you don't have to see all the complicated long wallet addresses and stuff like that if you're using their new wallets. You don't have to deal with big long 20-digit long numbers and stuff and having to copy and paste it and everything, because mom and pop, they don't know how to do that garbage. Only tech-savvy people know how to do that garbage. So right now, the only people that can really operate these wallets successfully are tech-savvy people. You give a Bitcoin wallet right now, say a Core wallet, to somebody who's not tech-savvy, and you'd have to sit there and explain it for about 2 hours before they'd start to catch on. Now, Dash is creating a wallet where they would catch on immediately, this new Evolution wallet. And so what will happen is these other companies, because they're leading the way, just like Bitcoin led the way in their first wallets, and then everybody else uses a similar type of core wallet to Bitcoin, all the other cryptos. Dash is going to lead the way with their Evolution wallet, and the other cryptos will follow suit. They'll copy. This is what they always do. They always copy. The technology, they might not copy it exactly, but they'll probably copy, because Dash might patent it. But they'll probably take a look at Dash's ideas, the general ideas, and they'll probably copy it. Coins like Litecoin and stuff. And so this is what you're going to have, this integration. And when this integration fully becomes implemented, the public is going to really come in on this. And right now, probably less than 1% of the public is even aware of cryptocurrencies. They don't know what in the heck it is. So that means 99% of the world is a potential market for this yet. That means that people that say that cryptocurrencies are in a bubble, they don't know what they're talking about, because only 1% of the world has touched it yet. It's still got, it's going to have to move through that 99% of the world before it reaches bubble status, that other 99%. And by that time, how big will it be? It'll be 100 times bigger than it is now, of course. And so then it even won't be in a bubble, because then everything will be priced in crypto instead of priced in dollars. So it still won't be in a bubble, because it's money. Money can't be in a bubble. First off, for something to be in a bubble, it has to be like the tulip mania they had back in Holland, I mean, that could be in a bubble because it wasn't actual money, But you can't say, well, gold is really so much in a bubble if it's money. Now, right now, they've moved gold into the status of being a commodity. But if something is money, it's hard to actually say that it's in a bubble, because it's your money. It is what it is. It's your money. And crypto is going to be the money, actual money, when all the other money transfers into crypto. It's like, how can I explain it? Cryptocurrency is like the black hole. It sucks everything in. That's because each cryptocurrency unit divides into 99 million little pieces. And so what you're not buying, when you buy one Bitcoin, you're not buying one Bitcoin. You're actually buying $99 million. 99 million individual monetary units. It's called Satoshis. And so because it divides down to such small pieces, it can actually suck up all the money in the world. And just Bitcoin alone could suck up all the money in the world, not counting all these other alt currencies. And so the whole thing has prepared itself to engorge itself on all the money in the entire world, come absorb into it, and it become the money. at that point. It's ready, it's prepared for that, but it hasn't been implemented to that point yet. So Dash is the first ones that are really setting it up for this implementation. I got to hand it to them. Bitcoin came along, and Bitcoin was for the first few years was a leader, and it like slashed its way through the brush. You know, like if this was deepest Africa, the guy has a machete and he slashes his way through and he trailblazes, you know. And that's what Bitcoin did. It trailblazed. And now that trail has become beaten down and worn, and it's become a road. Well, now there's a new trail to slash, and Dash is slashing its way through and creating this new trail. The other cryptocurrencies will follow, and then later it'll become a highway. You know, so this is what's going on with the cryptocurrency space. There might be a little bit of a slowdown coming up, but the thing is eventually it's going to roar back up hotter than it was this time. This is the same thing it did last time. This was bigger. This time it roared up hotter and bigger than it did the last time it roared up. I remember when it roared up a couple years back, and it was... this time it was exponentially bigger, with more people finding out about it. Next time it roars up, that many more people are going to find out about it. And sooner or later, it's going to start to win. It's going to win. It's going to become the money. And goodbye, bankers. Because the way crypto works is, it's your bank. You become the bank. And why do you need a bank anymore? You don't need a third party. It's almost like when you go out on a date, you know. You don't need a chaperone. Who needs a chaperone? Reach across the girl you're with, you know, and the chaperone's sitting there on the other side of her, you know. Grab the door handle, pull the door handle open, give him a kick, and let him roll out on the highway. You don't need him. That's the banks. And why I'm saying that is, and why I'm laughing about it is that's what I think about the bankers. You know, I think that push them out, let them roll out onto the highway. first speed your car up first. You know, get up to about 90 miles an hour before you kick them out. No, I don't like the bankers. You know I don't like the bankers. It's because of the misery they've caused mankind over the years. All the wars, everything. They're the problem. They're a monster problem. And they've had their way too long. They've put their foot on our back. And they've had us down in the mud, our face right in the mud, their foot squarely across our neck while they force us. They're terrible. And now they'll become superfluous. Cryptocurrencies will render them superfluous. We will not need them anymore to do transactions. Your wallet will do, and the cryptography will do all the transactions you'll ever need in the future. This will become the money, and there's no stopping it now. The horse is out of the barn. They can't put it back in. So listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next article. Bye.